ब्रेक से आगे वापस आपको कहेंगे एक बार फिर से खुश आमदीद एंड सुबह बखैर। आज हमारे मॉर्निंग शो में एक निहायत मुनफरिद और आलमी शोहरत याफ्ता आर्टिस्ट मौजूद हैं, स्कॉट विल्सन, जिन्होंने गुज़िश्ता 3 दहाइयों में मौसीकी और साउंड आर्ट की दुनिया में मुख्तलिफ जाविये जो हैं उन्हें इंट्रोड्यूस कराया है। इनका फ़न रिवायती हदूद को तोड़ता है, चाहे वो इंसानी आवाज़ और साज हों, कुदरती मनाजिर की आवाज़ें हों। इनके काम में तख्लीक, साइंस और सकाफत का हसीन इम्तिजाज है, दुनिया भर में पेश किया जा चुका है। और अब वो जो कराची में मौजूद है वो इसलिए कि वर्ल्ड कल्चर फेस्टिवल कराची आर्ट काउंसिल में आपको मालूम है कि वो स्टार्ट हुआ है, अपनी शिरकत के लिए ये आए हैं और इसके साथ साथ पाकिस्तान के जो शायकीन हैं इनको अपने साउंड आर्ट के जादू से ये रोशनास कराने जा रहे हैं। फर्स्ट टाइम पाकिस्तान ये विजिट करें। आज इनसे हम बात करेंगे इनके फ़न तजर्बात, पाकिस्तान के हवाले से इनके क्या ख्यालात हैं और कैसा इनका एक्सपीरियंस जा रहा है इन पाकिस्तान, स्पेशली इन कराची। तो मिलते हैं स्कॉट से। स्कॉट, वेलकम टू पाकिस्तान। फर्स्ट टेल मी, हाउ डज इट फील टू बी इन कराची, स्पेशली इन पाकिस्तान, participate the World Culture Festival?
It's just so exciting, really. I think the festival is really incredible and such a great initiative of the the President of the Arts Council, Mr. Amit Shah, to bring so many people from around the world, so many artists, at a time when there's so much division in the world. It's to bring people together to help them understand and learn from each other. I think it's really inspiring.
So good. Your work combines music, sound, art, especially, I must say, science and technology. How did this unique artist journey begin?
I was, when I was young, I started as I was just wanted to play music. I think like a lot of people, I just thought it was cool. But I was always interested in learning.
So you started from school?
Yeah, so I played clarinet and guitar and things like this. But I was always interested in new challenges, new problems. So I quickly became very interested in technology. So I found my way into lots of new creative ways of making music. So now I do a lot of things with electronic music, also with instruments, but with electronic music, and especially also with immersive audio, so making sound all around the audience like environment.
So you tell us about your first creation, how you create your music, and remember?
The first one I made?
Yeah.
Oh, first when I was very young I made songs. But then after I studied, I learned a little bit more about how to write for instruments, how to deal with electronic music.
Okay. You have collaborated across cultures. How do you find inspiration when working with artists from different traditions?
Yes, it's very challenging, I think, and you have to be very careful, I think, because you want to always be respectful of each other's traditions and your work. But I think it starts, first of all, as people. So we speak to each other as people, as musicians, and we share what we're doing and ask a lot of questions and be careful. And so when I work with people, I always want to say, is this okay? Is this okay? And also talk to audiences, see what they think. Because sometimes if you're doing something new, some people, they might like it, they might not like it, but it's just good to have that conversation with people, I think. So really, just relating to each other as people, because actually I think we have a lot in common, but we just need to be respectful.
So Scott, many of your works involve sound from nature and scientific data, like the Serene project. What draws you to transform such unconventional sources into music?
So the like taking field recordings from the world, I think natural sounds are very beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's really nice to listen to those things and kind of just bring them into a musical space. I've also, as you've mentioned, I've worked with different types of data and turning the data into sound. So I worked with scientists at CERN, the big particle accelerator in Europe. And more recently, I was working with bioscientists with data from trees, about sort of how trees, they call it memory of trees, but it's how trees sort of adapt to environmental changes. So we use that data, and what I like about that is that you find a way of turning that into sound, and it gives you something that I could never have come up with. So that's, and sometimes it's, you have to think how to do it and maybe make some changes, but sometimes it's really beautiful what you get. And And that's really exciting because I couldn't have done it myself. And I think, every artist has their limits. So that's a way of maybe opening up into something new that I couldn't have done.
Yeah. Scott, you have also created musical film sets on classic Qawwali recordings. Could you tell us?
So I was working with people in Birmingham in the UK where I live, which was an important city in some ways for Qawwali because there was a record shop there and a record label, or Oriental Star Agencies, which Mr. Mohammed Ayub started, and that was the label that first recorded Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan. And so I was working with a collaborator named Taswar Bashir, and he had a good relationship with Mr. Ayub. And so for the piece you mentioned, we took, there's a very famous video. It was actually like a bootleg video of Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan and his group performing at a place called the Luxor Cinema. And you can still find it on YouTube. It's
share your experience.
Yeah, and so we took that and we made kind of music around it and through it and layered with it with 5 composers and with Tasawar doing visuals, different sorts of Sufi visuals and things. And so for me, that was a very exciting project. But again, like if I hadn't had those people like Tas and Mr. Ayub to kind of talk with, and so we could make sure we were doing it in a respectful way that understood the music and what it was trying to do, then I wouldn't have wanted to do it, but it was very exciting.
So how do you see the role of technology, especially AI, shaping the next generation of composers and sound artists?
Yes, I mean, technology is just so ubiquitous now, and I think it's just everywhere. And I think, even when we listen to music, even traditional musics, what's gone into recording them, what's gone into how things are presented in concerts, it's just kind of everywhere. So I think we need to kind of, it's okay for things to change, it's okay for things to grow. I think that's normal. Music always has done this. But we just want to make sure that we're keeping the kind of soul of it, I think. And with AI, I think it's a similar kind of problem.
It's a problem, not helping for you?
Well, it's a tool. It's a tool. And I think sometimes people get very almost panicked about it. It's a tool like anything else, and I think you can use it. The interesting thing, I think a good way to think of it is AI is very good at providing answers to well-formulated questions about well-understood topics. So if I ask it, I don't know, something about mathematics, it's probably going to give me a good answer. But, art isn't always about well-formulated questions about well-understood topics. When you're trying to do something new or different, you don't even necessarily know what the question is. You have to figure it out while you're doing it. So I'm not worried by it, but I think we just need to think how to use it, in a way that, again, keeps what we value about the art.
So you have to be careful when you ask with AI.
Yeah. I think, for things like a jingle for a commercial or something, yeah, people are going to use AI and say, write me 30 jingles and they pick the best one. But I think, I don't think Qawwali AI is going to happen anytime soon in any kind of, not in that kind of way. People are going to use that to produce that sort of music.
So Scott, what message or emotion do you hope the audience takes away from your performance, especially the World Cultural Festival in Karachi?
So the piece I'm going to present, it was supposed to be like a sound installation. It's actually ended up being a little bit of a film. And so the record shop I mentioned, Oriental Star Agencies, when it closed, a friend of mine, a visual artist, Faisal Hussain, who's in Birmingham, he got all of the old vinyl records from the shop. He rescued them. And so he's made a film with visuals, photographs of the shop before it closed, and a poem by a Pakistani poet, which is all about helping people and supporting them. I've made a kind of spatial audio environment with actually Lollywood recordings from the late 40s to the 1974. So, and Mr. Ayub, he used to run a radio show on the BBC, and people would call in and request, because there were so many immigrant workers there from Pakistan and other places. So they missed this music, they missed these films and these songs. So I've made this, and so the piece, I think, is somehow very fun because the music is so fun and it's so
Hopefully.
creative and it's just has such an appetite for everything. But it's also a little bit sad. And I'm very interested because, you know, in Britain, in Birmingham, this was very important for the culture and the music of the city. And it really mattered to those people. But I don't know what people in Pakistan will think of it because, you know, it was
So
diaspora.
when will you perform?
Pardon me?
When will you perform?
Wednesday at 6 p.m.
Okay.
So I think it's bringing a little bit of something that came from Pakistan and then bringing it back somehow, some stories. So I hope that people find it interesting and fun and sad and all of these
Finally,
emotions.
what next for you?
So I'm going to a festival in Malaysia called Sound Bridge, which is run by a wonderful Malaysian Chinese composer named Ki Yong Chong. So I'll be presenting one of my pieces of music in a concert there and doing a kind of discussion in Kluang in Malaysia.
So, what's give you the message of our audience who comes to a festival in Karachi, especially arts concert?
What's my message for them?
Yeah.
I think there's so many different musics, so many different cultures. Just come with an open mind and an open heart and meet people and talk to people and ask questions and hopefully we all leave feeling a little bit closer and understanding each other better. I think that would be wonderful.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank
Thanks
you
for joining us.
Yep, शुक्रिया.
और आपको यहाँ पे मैं कहूँगी कि आज स्कॉट हमारे साथ हैं और कराची में आर्ट्स काउंसिल में ख़ास तौर से जो कल्चरल फेस्टिवल चल रहा है इसमें पूरी दुनिया से 141 ममालिक से हमारे पास आर्टिस्ट आए हुए हैं. ज़रूर जाइए, ज्वाइन किए करें. किसी दिन भी जब आपको मौका मिले तो ज़रूर इस कल्चरल फेस्टिवल को ज्वाइन करें और वहाँ पर जाके देखें किस तरह हमारे ना सिर्फ हमारे मुल्क में आए हुए आर्टिस्ट बल्कि हमारे खुद के आर्टिस्ट जो हैं किस तरह परफॉर्म करें. और यहाँ पर आपको कहूँगी हैव ए वंडरफुल डे. अल्लाह हाफ़िज़.